Yeah, it's pretty dope. It's cool. Why we use this instead of Zoom? Damn, I'm about to like immediately start the episode with like a plug for this app, but fucking yeah, why we use this instead of Zoom is it like records locally to your computer and then uploads. So like if there's any
Okay.
lags in internet or anything like that, it doesn't like matter. You know what I mean?
Okay. Okay. That's cool, man. I like it.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. But shit, man, fucking thank you for talking to me and shit. It's been a long time. I've been meaning to just chop it up with you on a bunch of shit.
Anytime,
Um,
man. Yeah, I'm glad you wanted to talk, man. That sounds good. What you want to talk about, nigga?
Man, a lot of shit. First of all,
Mhm.
fucking me and my friends we watched Judas and the Black Messiah recently, and I was capping to all my friends. I was like, bro, my homie is in this movie. Like, you guys don't.
Yo, do they believe you? They're like, you don't know that
They was like, you first of all, you don't know dude ass. Second of all, like we don't know.
motherfucker.
We should see, Lakeith, you know what I'm saying? Who else is in this motherfucker? But so I wanted to ask you a bunch of shit because the scene was dope. And you're basically living out one of my bucket list items that I'm secretly hating on, which is to get shot in a movie and have to like do the whole like, oh, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. It was bittersweet. It was bittersweet to do the role, especially that role playing Mark Clark, because it's all true, and
Yeah.
he got killed very young, and he was fighting for a cause that we still, are fighting for today, So it was bittersweet. On a cinematic level, I love the movie so much. I think it's beautiful. I think it's like just so captivating and extremely compelling. Doing the role was the bitter part was just like being in that atmosphere was stressful for all of us. We had to shoot the assassination scene during the anniversary of the assassination, and that was by accident. So we had to shoot that scene while Fred Hampton Jr. was on set with us, and it was rough, man. It was hard for all of us. Every single one, everybody involved in that movie. It was, it was hard. It was heavy as hell, but we got through it, and we had like such an amazing group of people involved. Everybody was. It was like we were all a team, man. We all had each other's like sort of back, and we understood what was at stake for the film. So there were no egos involved. Nobody was really bringing that any of that shit that was the movie was bigger than us. The movie was bigger than everybody involved. So the fact that everybody understood that and just wanted to tell a good story, and it just showed. We were all just knew how important um, all of it was to us. And I watched the film and I was blown away, extremely
Yeah.
blown away. Yeah, it's magnificent. It's just a magnificent movie.
It looks fucking incredible. I was doing some Googles on it today, and I realized the Lucas brothers wrote that movie. Is that
Yeah.
true?
Hmm.
What? I had no idea. That's
Yeah.
fucking insane, bro. That's
Yeah.
I like that's the really beautiful shit to me, man. Because I randomly saw them. I feel like early on some like random like Comedy Central special shit. Like I was a kid when I first saw them,
Mhm.
and that shit's crazy watching that type of shit happen in movies and stuff too. Is watching people just evolve into doing just the highest form of this shit like possible.
Yeah, they've always been into it. We've always been in it. These are conversations we have in our writers' rooms or just in person, just hanging out. We always have been into films like Judas and the Black Messiah, stories like Judas and the Black Messiah. Uh, this isn't anything new to them. This is something that they've uh, wanted to tell for a long time, and they collaborated with Shaka and William Burson to execute a really dope screenplay. And I'm not. If you know them, you just wouldn't be surprised. At one, like that, this is the movie they wanted to do, but also how good it is. They're just talented as hell. It was everybody involved in the movie. It brought everything to it. It was like an all-star game. Everybody, but we're all playing for the same team.
Yeah.
It was great. It was really good, man. I'm just so like appreciative to be a part of it, and um, there was a I shot that right after coming to America, like literally right afterwards. Because I just wanted to expand and find different stories to tell, and I wanted to kind of challenge myself and find something dark and deep, raw that I could sink my teeth into. I'm
Yeah,
glad. I'm glad they said the Mark Clark role was available because it was different. I never did anything like that before.
man, that's crazy, bro. What was it like just being on set for that? How long of like were you there for the whole process to support and shit, or what was your what was just it like showing up for that? What was the process like?
So I showed up later. Um, they've been shooting for probably months. In Cleveland. I showed up probably last few weeks, and you could already tell like the energy was just really dark. It was really dark, and in an artistic way. Everybody was just so focused on the role and um, the scenes. But when I was there, like we had to shoot our scenes, and they built the sets in this cold warehouse in Cleveland in December. It was cold and gross, but it helped. It helped. I think everybody, nobody was comfortable. You know, it was gross. It was, but like, it, I think it enhanced a little bit of the vibe in the scenes. It made you feel like, it felt like we were underground, like we were shooting this movie like illegally. Like, I was like, did y'all get a permit for this fucking place? Like, it was like that. But I think it helped because there were times when Lakeith would be in his mode, to get into the character and to see him and Daniel sort of like it's just such a contrast the way they get into it and beautiful to watch both of them sort of like come together and it was like for me like it was like kind of like watching De Niro and Pacino and Heat. It was
Yeah,
cool.
dead ass.
Yeah, yeah. It was. I'm a big. I appreciate the both of them. So watching them in
Yeah.
their, watching them prepare and getting to know them was awesome. Offset, we would just chill and hang out, get some food. I watched Lakeith slapbox Algae in the middle of the street. Me and Lakeith got into a wrestling match.
Who won? Who
uh,
won?
I took him down, but Lakeith lanky, so like it wasn't easy.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Lakeith he scratched he scratched Daryl Britt Gibson in the face, so Daryl had this gash on like his lip area, and our like we were outside, so like it was like we had to clean his we had to go to CVS to go clean his cut, and Daryl was mad. He's like nigga, goddamn dirty ass fingernails. Like he was mad at Lakeith. It was hilarious, and so we were chilling. Like it was those are the people I wanted to hang out with. Like it was like we were. I was like, what took us so long to do a movie together, man? Let's do this shit again. Like that was kind of the vibe.
Yeah,
You know,
you and Lakeith got hits now, bro. Y'all 2 for 2, like for sure. Those are the two, right? Sorry to bother you in this one.
yeah, yeah.
Y'all
Um,
got hits, bro. Those are two like heaters for sure.
I mean, that's just how it worked. Yeah, I didn't know that this we'd be working again. Who knew it'd be a movie like this? And
Yeah,
Sorry to Bother was my first movie, and that was a great experience. To just be on set with Boots and you know watching everybody get to work. Um, um, just and I really hit it off with Steven Yeun. And we all had kids around the same time, me, Lakeith, and Steven. So we just kind of bonded on that fatherhood tip. So
that's
that was
dope.
really great. Yeah, man. I think every movie has been an experience for me. Every single one, different experiences. So um, I'm grateful for every single one of them, man. It's been really, really, really cool. Really
Fuck, it seems like it, bro. Literally, like when you called me, it was because you had just seen yourself on a billboard, bro, and on
cool.
Sunset for
Yeah.
Coming to America. That's crazy.
hmm
What's up with that one? Because I know that's got to be like a completely different, just a whole different vibe and everything than Judas and the Black Messiah.
Dude, a complete different vibe. But black as hell, just as black. um, we um we shot Coming to America for 3 months in Atlanta, and it was just so it was like a party in a way. It was like a party. Like everybody was just either familiar with each other or just respected each other. So it was all comedians. So the vibe was really light and goofy. Um, um, Everybody knew what was at stake. We wanted to kind of make a worthy predecessor to the original. So we all understood that, and it kind of gave us a sense, the just the this camaraderie that was important for the chemistry that I think showed very well on screen. It was great, man. Like I had an amazing time on that set, and again watching the master at work, Eddie do his thing was um, just it was like getting front row seats to watching Ed reprise those characters and I fuck
Yeah,
it means a lot. It means everything.
that's crazy, bro.
Mhm.
Had you ever like dealt with Eddie before this movie? Like, had you guys? What was your? Did you have a relationship with him already, or like, what was
Yeah,
the?
yeah. I met Eddie previously, hang out at his house, watching fights and stuff because me and his son Miles we write together.
Oh,
Um, we've been developing a couple projects together, and he's a great writer. He's really 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 good. And yeah, we already kind of had a rapport. So going on set for Coming to America, I didn't really feel that like that those first day jitters or anything like that. I was just
yeah,
super hungry. I was just super hungry. Like I just wanted to get to work. I felt welcomed and invited, So I feel like they gave me the space to kind of just chill out and do my thing. And I also wanted to bring some layers to the character. I wanted to bring emotion to the character. I don't mind being funny, but like I want people to find something they can connect and relate to with the guy. So that was
yeah.
that was very important.
Man, that's what's up. That like,
Mhm.
that's like some real acting ass shit, bro. You going method as hell out here, bro.
I wish I was method. I'm not a method dude. Like there are times when I was like, should I go method? Like it's like I've been doing it since I was like 11, and I never felt the need to really, have like because I guess doing stand up helps a lot because like I go in and out of characters all the time on stage, and that's just what you do, Um, it's just a a skill, that I've always been accustomed to kind of doing. I'm on stage talking about my dad. I dive into my dad for 30 seconds to a minute, and I'm out. I'm not back to me, and back and forth. So, um, um, but there are every time I'm doing a movie or any project, like I kind of learn and listen and watch my peers and you know um, just sponge it all in because that's just who I am. I always
Yeah,
feel like you always should be learning. You always should be learning something.
yeah. I agree.
Always, yeah, every day it's always something new you can learn. And I definitely learned a lot being on each and every set I've ever been on, and I've taken something away.
What was something you learned on the Judas set? And I'm sorry to pry about that one, but I think it's just such a big, it's such a big polarizing piece that came out, and I think
Mhm.
with two just like pillars of right now acting wise. I mean, I look at Daniel and Lakeith as like like you said, it really is like that. It's like some De Niro level shit, and
Mhm.
man, like what's something that do you remember a moment or something on that set where you just saw them and you were just like, damn, like what I mean?
Well,
Like,
it's funny because like I try to keep those moments for me, like
yeah, I see.
you
Yeah,
know,
no,
like yeah, like the things I learned from Eddie or um, um, being in those
yeah, no
spots.
worries, no worries.
But I will say, um, they were being in those scenes and those situations, just being in that. Um, uh, I learned a lot. Like I did learn a lot. I feel like everything I try to grow from, every experience I try to grow from. I want to be better than I was yesterday, and like either it's I learn how to find a balance with a particular character and his moments in the scene, um, or I learn how to navigate being just a good person offset. Like you watch professional like Eddie, like is just a great guy, to everybody, Offset, and very gracious and an amazing dude. Learned that should always just be grateful for everything because who knows what'll happen tomorrow? Nothing's promised to us, dude. And I try to make sure I'm just respectful to everybody, and creatively, I'm always trying to figure out what else can I talk about and say and do. How can I push myself? Letting my curiosity sort of just guide me and trust myself. I think trusting yourself is the biggest thing you can learn here because we're all unique, and we all have a thing to bring, and a lot of people think they should be something else and bring something else and bring what other people have brought because it works for them. But it's like, oh, I, I watched Nicolas Cage in this movie last night. Some horror movie that came out with him, and I just looked at Nicolas Cage and I was like, man, no one's like him. Like nothing,
Yeah.
no one is like Nick Cage. He does everything he does the, the only way he could do it. Like he's just
He be
so
making Nicolas Cage ass choices, like very
yeah.
specific Nicolas Cage choices.
Yeah, Pacino and De Niro too. Like they have this thing this thing that makes them them, and it's just awesome. And then you got and I don't know. Like I've always gravitated towards um um the actors who truly trust themselves to just go there and just don't worry about nothing else. Just do it. So I'm definitely learning that.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Dude,
Hmm.
fuck. I just want to say it's just dope to watch, man. I feel like with the Lucas brothers and just a lot of people, just watching the whole progression. That's like one of my favorite things to see is just watching people grow into the abyss. Like nobody knows where they're going, and just watching. You know what I mean? And I don't
Yeah.
know. It's just crazy, bro. I almost feel like it kind of reminds me of like Get Out with the Jordan Peele moment too, of him really breaking through and showing that like, because to me that was like the first time that I remembered seeing someone that I thought of as like just a
Comedian.
dope comedian come out with something that was just so out of what was what would have been like expected from that person, and it be like absolutely dope as anything that was made by like an established person, and in a lot of ways doper because it was made by someone that was like coming from outside of the tent, so to speak.
Yeah.
And
I hear you. Like again, I think you just sort of trust yourself. Like I would talk to Jordan on Twitter. I remember me and Jordan would go on Twitter and DM each other and talk about horror movies that we like. And I had no idea he was into horror. I didn't know any black comedian like me was into horror. And I was just like so like just taken aback. I'm like, well, this is crazy. I was just so flattered that um, he was into that genre. And I think sticking to what your tastes lead you to is important. However, I think it's also what sets his movies apart from everyone else's is that he's added his Jordan to it. Like he's added himself. Like he's really implemented what he is and what he sees, his perspective, his point of view, his commentary, and all the things that he enjoys watching. I think that's how the genres grow and how they get elevated is when you just start trusting what they should be and where they should be going, what they should say, especially what they should say. So I've been um, loving Jordan's evolution and his metamorphosis and his growth as
yeah,
well. And I think that's awesome. I think that's kind of those are the people I look up to the most, the people who just embrace that, that growth. I love that this J. Cole line has always stuck with me. Everything grows is destined to change. It's like always been my favorite, you know, um, um, just thing to remember.
did you
Just
know
how
that he also went double platinum with no features? Had you heard that?
you sure no features? You sure it's not one feature?
I don't know. I'm not a big enough fan. I didn't really scroll through the credits, but I've seen it enough times that I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm, you know what I
I
mean?
I want to start a J Cole debunker like Mythbusters sort of crew, like a sketch, but like we're trying to figure out like was there one feature like just was who
Just
legally.
one uncredited ad lib or some shit.
Yeah, just that's with like magnifying glasses trying to figure it out on some like Mary Kate and Ashley shit.
They're like
Um,
interviewing all his old engineers and everybody that worked at the studio and all of that shit.
you
Like,
had no guests. Nobody ever showed up. Not one fucking time in the
not
studio.
even a pizza got delivered. No, you know what I mean? No, his Uber
Sorry,
Eats driver didn't tell him a joke and he flipped it into a line. Nothing.
nothing. All right, okay, all right. If I dig, I'ma find something. Hey, that's hilarious. But it's, I mean, like I've always just I mean, even I look at everybody's growth as inspiration. Like Mac Miller definitely one of them. Like I look at him and Tyler and Earl and how they just grew and um um I've always felt like Kendrick was there. Strangely, I felt like Kendrick was always weird and strange, but I think he's sort of just like you listen to his old music, it's all like it's there. It's all there. I just think
Yeah.
he surrounded himself amongst the right producers like Soundwave and and they were like, "Nigga, do that," and he's like, "Okay." So I, you know what I'm saying? Like I've always been so curious about Kendrick's work, like his work ethic and like just his studio sessions and his process. Because I listened to his old shit and his new shit, and I'm like, it was all the jazz shit was always like there. It was always there.
Yeah.
His staccatos and the way he. And one thing you told me that I've always found interesting was like you told me that you wanted to use your voice as like an instrument, like an extension of the instrumental and stuff like that. Like something like that
Yeah.
you told me in my house, and I was like, I fuck with that. I fuck with that. And I've always been interested in just like, seeing your growth as an artist as well, from vibrations to fucking tangerine, um, um, tangerine dreams. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Then and then the new album, even the artwork, like you've gotten this real like mellow kind of like out there experimental, like it's dope, and you really did such a great job with your vocals. Like, um, I love the vocals. I tell you, my favorite song is Games. Right, that's my favorite song you've ever made. It's my
Yeah.
favorite song. It's perfect. It's like the perfect song. I wish it was longer, and I love the length is perfect. But like I just repeat it all the time. It's just like everything about it is just great, and that to me is like like that's when that was the first probably new song I heard that I was like, oh shit, this nigga done he done it. Like I felt like Barry Gordy. I was like, ooh, what I got here? Like it was awesome. It was like I love that you embrace the change and like you haven't stuck with that one thing that kept you hot. Like you've always been curious to find what was new and what could push you and shit like that. Because a lot of artists who blew up during the Two Dope Boys era, and you don't hear about them no more. You know, and I've been like just I love that you haven't sounded like 2008, like for 11 years. Like you sound different all the time, man, and I just truly appreciate that. It's been inspiring for me.
Man, thank you. I really appreciate that, bro. I want to send you some of this new shit too. It's pretty cool. But
Send it, man, please,
yes,
please.
sir. But man, dude, that's dope. I feel like man, I just appreciate it. But I guess on a personal note, dude, how you been, man? Are you down to you know what I mean? What's been up with you, bro? How you feeling? How you living?
Dude. So since the quarantine started, I've been watching the kids just grow up and meditating a lot. I've been going to the medical spa, just getting cryo massages and
Bro, what
I
is a cryo massage, bro? That's some Hollywood shit. I don't know.
it truly is. That's the funny thing about being in LA is like people say you Hollywood now. I'm like hell
He's
yeah,
like,
I feel
yes.
like a motherfucker. Look at my skin. I
Bro,
look
you could bounce anything off of my skin
yeah
right
man.
now, bro.
Fuck
What are
out
you
of here.
talking about?
Yeah man.
Dude, it was
So,
always my dream. I wanted to go full Hollywood. Dude, I'm still just too indie. I never caught like a radio hit to fully just,
oh,
you
it's
know what I
fucking
mean? To
funny.
fully like,
You
I
gotta
was
see
always, I never went Hollywood. At most, I went Silver Lake.
okay. All right. Yeah. That they don't have crowd massage in Silver Lake yet.
Yeah.
You gotta sell out, Alex. You got
I
just
know that's like the indie version though. Like when you indie, like it's real tough to go Hollywood, but if you're lucky, you can definitely go full on Silver Lake. You can go Los
mm,
Feliz like a motherfucker.
get a Thai massage. Yeah. That's funny, man. I just been taking care of myself, and just reconnecting with my family a lot. Like staying closer to them back in Maryland, and just making sure, everybody good.
Yeah,
So that's been nice, man. Just really focusing on staying, you know, just connected to
to
the
some
world
real
and
shit. Yeah,
yeah, my family, and just trying to, I don't know, work on reevaluating and getting becoming a good dad. Like that's all I care about right now.
man, that's crazy. How old is your oldest?
Oh, Tebe will be 4 in July.
Wow,
Yeah, she'll be 4 in July. So that's nuts.
dude, that's crazy. What
Mm.
are you guys thinking? Cause I mean, school is supposed to be right around the corner. What do you got? Are you gonna homeschool or what are you guys thinking?
I thought about homeschooling because everything going on right now, and I just don't really trust. Uh, I didn't like school growing up. I just
Yeah,
always feel like they weren't teaching me anything I wanted to learn about. Um, but maybe homeschool could be cool for her. Um, I think maybe homeschool would be good. I think it just feels safer.
yeah.
I'm worried about that. And if I have the access to it, why not do it? Of course. And yeah, my son is 1 in a couple days, which is insane. And then you got yeah, that's it. I just got 2 kids. Thinking about it. Yeah, I got 2. Mm-hmm.
Damn, bro. That's
Yeah.
fucking crazy, man. Like, what? I don't even know. I don't even know where to go from there. That's just insane that you have a 4 year old, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. If you know me, like, and knew like how goofy and like just out of the box I was, like, and still am. I'm still that guy.
My only issue with you homeschooling is that you might be robbing the world of some really epic parent teacher conferences, man. Truly.
So I
Truly.
say that because like my mom was the funniest. You know, when she'd visit the school, she was always all she hated the establishment and always questioned the teachers and the principals. Like one time, I got in trouble by my principal. I was in the office, and she was like, "I'm calling your mom." And I was like, "No, no, call my mom." Called my mom while she was at work. You don't ever do that to a parent. And
Yeah, exactly.
my mom came to school pissed off, and I thought she was gonna beat me in the principal's office. My mom came in there to the office and was like, "What's going on?" She says, "Your son is making weird noises in class and stuff like that, trying to make the kids laugh." And my mom literally said, "This is why you called me out of my job." And the principal said, "Well, yeah, it's just can you talk to him about what? He's a kid. You deal with it." And she just left. And then, that was it. And then I looked at the principal like, haha, going back to class. It was so that's me. Like those are the moments I can't wait. I just want to have those moments where like I can have my kids back, and just shit on the principal together with my kids. That's the shit I've always wanted to do. And you're right. I could be robbing the world of those dope cell phone videos of Jermaine and the daughter just roasting the principal. That could be dope as shit. I'm with that. But damn, man, I don't know. Like, I really just, uh, if the world wasn't so the world right now, I would entertain public school or even private. But I think I might have to right now. Homeschool is at the top of the list for the moment. So we'll see. Things might change.
Yeah, it makes sense though. I mean, the world's terrible. Kids kind of suck unless they're yours, and they're mean. They're fucking mean, dude. They're
It just freaks me out. It just freaks me out.
shit. Well, man,
Mhm.
what's what's the next focus, bro? What when you're talking about always trying to be looking for the new thing and like just evolving, like letting your evolution really happen and not trying to keep yourself in boxes and shit like that. And do you have any idea like what the next kind of frontier you're gonna try and really like be in for real? You know what I mean? Like what's in your sights?
Right now, I'm focused on a couple, like, I want to depict a couple historical figures from history, and I want to tell the stories in a nuanced way. A couple other genres that I want to approach and tell it the way I want to tell it. Yeah, I want to do everything. I want to do everything, but I want to do it my way. A couple of things that are coming in development from TV, film, and animation that I'm really excited about. If I can do it the way I want to, then I know they'll be great. I know they'll be awesome. So that's what I'm focused on right
Man, that's crazy.
now.
So
Yeah.
you're writing a whole like animated series.
Yeah, a couple of them. Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
man. Thank you, dude. I appreciate that.
That's what's up. Is there anything you could talk about, or is it all? You know what I
Mm.
mean? I feel
I
you.
don't because again, we live in such a. I tell everybody like when they want to know what I'm working on, like we live in such a like, give me time, and like people, even movie trailers get messed up because nobody wants to be surprised anymore about entertainment. So I try to keep everything under wraps as much as I can, and
I
then
feel
just
that.
you know what I mean, just keep everything as a surprise. That's all I care about right now. Is just like controlling the things that I can control in the moment, for now at least. So
You are off
especially.
Twitter. You have purple hair. You are the
Mhm.
comedian Frank Ocean.
I love Frank, man. Frank is a G. That is hilarious. No, I'm not even a Frank fan. No, I might call my next comedy album Blonding. I don't know, like who knows?
That could be hard. Oh
Yeah,
shit. Are you gonna? Is there? You know what I mean? How are you feeling about stand up, bro? Where's your head at with that? Is that something you know? Where is your heart? Where's your heart with that?
it was my heart was out of it once my homie Kevin passed away, and going through some therapy and like talking to some peers of mine, I'm slowly finding that love for it again.
Yeah.
But because of COVID, like it's kind of scarce at the moment. So
Oh
I haven't,
yeah.
yeah, I haven't been doing as many shows as I could be, but no one really is. But I'll figure it out. But I've always loved stand up. It's gotten to me where I am right now, and I don't want to turn my back on it ever. But there were moments when I just wanted to kind of just walk away from
Yeah.
it.
Man, that's what's up. I mean, it seems like a lot of people go through that too, where
Oh yeah.
where they start in it, and once they start having success writing and doing film and stuff, where I don't even know, I don't understand, but it seems like sometimes the emotion and the energy is not quite there to go up in that way, and kind of that energy gets channeled into other places. But
Yeah, yeah.
um,
But it is what it is, man. But life hits you when it hits you, and you just kind of gotta deal with it, and I definitely been working on that too.
yeah.